Episode 2, Trauma Diaries. Papa, let's go. Come on. Let's go. Right. Let's go and make some breakfast. No. Mummy's going to make you some blueberries. Yes? Say yes. Yes. Well done, thank you. Is it on? Morning, guys. I've not long just woke up. I don't know what time it is. Not that I really care what time it is. Right, so recording these little clips, it's something that I feel it just helps. It heals. Oh fuck! Here, Gucci, you can have that. It helps. It heals. I just know there's people that need help knowing that they're not alone, and it's not a thing to say, well, it's a good thing that I'm in this position, because hell the fuck no. When I look online for comfort or for people that may be in a similar position for advice or anything like that, there's not much out there. There's not much out there that helps. If anything, if I'm being honest, it's white people shit. It's not your average black household trauma being beat to a pulp every other night. So yeah, and why the fuck not? It literally helps me. It's a way of releasing some energy, because I'm losing myself here. Right, so we thank you for allowing us to receive another day. Please may you allow this food to nourish our bodies. Excuse me. Please remove any ill health, sickness or disease from our vessels. For what we receive, we are thankful for. Yes, sir. Yeah, you can eat now. Hold on. Yeah. I'm losing myself. It's a way to try and rein myself back in. Sometimes I find it comforting when I look back in a couple of weeks' time and I see my own personal progression. Again, it's a way for my son to be able to look back and just see how much his mum may have been trying, or how much his mum may have healed, because we don't know where we're going to be in 10 months, 6 years, 2 minutes. Do you get what I mean? So yeah, there's a million different reasons. So here I am. This morning, what's been on my mind this morning? What has been on my mind is is how childhood trauma can affect your motherhood, in the stance of not being able to get enough quality time for yourself, or your marriage, your relationship. Wow. To be very transparent, it can be very, very, very fucking hard. Since the baby's been born, I've been out maybe, I don't know, under 5 times. I don't go out for myself. I don't allow okay, come on, you can do it. I don't allow anyone to look after my child. Pause. There's literally two people that I will allow my child to be looked after by, and I've recently explained that in a prior video. Because those two people grew up with me. They literally cared for me whilst I was in the YMCA daycare. Yeah, so those two people literally, they in some terms raised me. So yeah, I trust them very much. When it comes down to other people, it's quite stressful because obviously we've moved out of London now, so in some retrospect we are closer to my wife's side of the family, but unfortunately I don't let anybody look after my child. So again, it's not a want, it's not a choice. It basically boils down to trauma because I don't trust anybody. Like, I literally don't trust anybody to have my son because I know how vicious people can be. And that is not to say that, you know, his grandparents are going to do this and his cousin is going to do this, but in this sad, sadistic world, people are crazy. People are predators, they're pedophiles, they are snakes, they are reptilians. They can literally change and flip at the touch of a switch. And if I'm being honest, I have so much anger in me. I don't know what I'd do if someone touched my child. To the point, my child isn't going to nursery until he can speak to me. Because I just, the thought of it, hello, stop it, please. The thought of it literally just angers me and makes me push the date of allowing him to be in anyone's care back by 100 years, honestly. Yeah, so I find it very, very, very hard to, especially in the times where I need to go somewhere for my own health sake as well. More time, I'm just going to cancel that appointment, because I'm petrified of leaving my child in somebody's care due to how my parent was with me. Oh my god, like, I can just feel my shoulders. I need to try and drop my shoulders. Yeah, due to how my due to how my parent was with me, basically, like, I had a Jekyll and Hyde mother. To the outside world, she painted a perfect white picket fence of how she upheld her family and how she done this and how she done that. But on the flip side and internally, it was literally, I don't know, for me personally, it felt like hell, especially being the youngest sibling and being by myself, having to endure the physical and mental abuse of a sad mother. There's no one to lean on. There is no one to speak to. You go to school, you are petrified of speaking to anybody in school because you're petrified, or your mum is like, you better not say anything because because you are literally petrified to have anything come back to you or to get your parents in trouble, because essentially you are also conditioned to be made to feel like your quarters and your living condition is normal, and it's really not normal. There would be times that I've been beat at night, been sent to school with no lunch, no ironed clothes. um no breakfast, like there's so yeah, um yeah, where like just literally being mistreated as a child, like I would, during my younger days, basically, let me just get the foundation straight. um I'm the youngest of four on my mum's side, and I am the third of six on my dad's side. I didn't have any knowledge or ties with my dad's side. That's a different story. But my immediate, my mum's side, I was the baby. My closest sibling to me was 8 years difference, and then the other two were just, I don't know how they are. They're just, yeah. Um, but yeah, I was the youngest. I was palmed off on my nan for my nan to raise me, and my my nan my nan done a fucking good job. My nan done a good job at doing what she needed to do to make sure that I always had food on the table, that I had a packed lunch, that I had um an ironed uniform. She'd pick me up from school. She'd take me to the shop. She'd come and visit me at my school place. She'd give me pocket money to go to school. She was amazing. She was amazing, and I grew up. I grew up being a product of my nan, because I looked and still look as at my nan at being my mum, because my mum abandoned me and left me with my nan. So in a large scale of life, I had to grow up around a lot of older people, a lot of older conversations, a lot of older scenarios. I grew to be a lot older and wiser than I should have been. Whilst my other siblings were growing up, and my mum was doing what she needed to do in the time of making her mother of whatever age look after me, when it was her priority. I was my mum's priority to raise. So yeah, I grew up hating my mum because she would use my nan against me in any trial and tribulation that she would receive against her own mum. So she would use me as a weapon and take me away from my nan, the closest thing to love that I would receive, because she knew that it would affect both of us, being my nan and me. So I'd have to go back to my mum and endure a relationship that she never created in the meantime of being used against my nan, basically. And I know a lot of people are palmed off on their grandparents, a lot of kids. So yeah, that was pain. For a lot of my childhood, I lived with my nan, and then like on the weekends or some weekdays I would go to my mum's. My nan would always have me through school holidays, um school holidays, family events, XYZ. She would have me, and that kind of caused me to be the black sheep, the unwanted black sheep in my family, because again, my nan was a very stubborn person, and a lot of people in my family didn't like the fact that my nan was raising me. The attention was on me, because my nan was a very stubborn person. She didn't necessarily feed into her own children. So essentially, there is that field there from my nan's children towards me, because my nan is showing me unlimited love that they didn't receive from their own mother. So I unfortunately got labelled the black sheep, again, being the black child. I grew up to say that I've got a white side of family and I've got a black side of family. The black being my mum producing, and the white, my nanny's white Irish, and she had however many children, half of them being mixed race and half of them being fully white. So yeah, most of my childhood was very much spent around my nan growing up. Whilst my mum was just gallivanting, enjoying her own time, money, men, friends, and literally just not pouring into all of her children, and for me personally, not pouring into me. The most vital times that I feel a child needs is a relationship with their parents. I didn't have my mum at any school plays, so as a child I would go into school, I would see everybody's parents there and mine was never there. I'd go into school, sometimes I never had lunch money, or she'd send me into school with a check that would bounce, embarrassing, or she'd send me into school and forget a lunch. Now this wasn't all the time, but it was very, very frequent. I was put into the YMCA the whole of my life. I don't know anything but the YMCA childcare. From I left my nan full time. Excuse me, can we stop it, please? From I left my nan full time, my mum literally put me in to a play center for them to raise me. There is no relationship between me and my mum. Literally, from 6 a.m. until 6 o'clock, half 6, 7 at night. After, there would be times that I'd be waiting the last child from my mum to come and get me from the YMCA. And the funniest thing was, we literally used to live parallel to the YMCA, like a minute walk, 60 steps, literally. I used to be in that YMCA from 6 a.m. until 6:30, 7 p.m. My mum would start work early in the morning, 7, She would get up at 6. She'd probably be to work at 7, 9, whatever, and then finish at a normal 9 till 5. Or more time, it would be 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, because she would finish her day early and use her annual leave or buy her annual leave and spend her time with men. When I was sitting in the YMCA thinking about where my mum was all day, watching kids being picked up by their parents at a normal time, 3 o'clock, watching kids go home to a home and be fed and be comforted and allowed to play in their own quarters of their home, because it was a home for them. It wasn't just a bed and a roof. Yeah, I would be the last one sitting there. I would literally be the last person sitting in that YMCA every single day from Monday to Friday, and then from Saturday to Sunday, I would be transported to my nan's house for my nan to have me for the weekend. So you can imagine the complete void I had at a chance of a relationship with my mother. When did we move? Maybe about 10. I was maybe about 7. I don't know. From the young, I'm gonna say around 8. No, I definitely wasn't 8. So I was about 7. From like toddler, I remember having a lot of toddler birthdays at Rush Green, Romford. It was literally torture, like having siblings and all this going on, and you literally have nobody to talk to, because essentially they are at an age where they are able to escape. They're able to go out. They're able to go to their friends. They're able to go to their boyfriends, girlfriends, their other parents, their whatever. They are able to escape the endurance of having an angry mother. I am not. I'm literally by myself, locked up in a room with a bed, TV, toys, and just left to fend for myself. Like, I would always get sent up to my bedroom. I can't remember my mum planning a day out for us. I can literally remember what Disney on Ice. That was literally it. I never went to any birthday parties, friends' birthday parties. Never got taken to the library. Never got taken to a fun fair. Never got taken. Like, I was literally just a child that had to survive. Basically, there was no fun. Then going, I remember this is all like under the header of why I don't allow my child to go to anybody other than my wife or myself, or the two people that raised me in the YMCA. Fast forward, this is very briefly, by the way, but fast forward to now moving to another house. Wow, by this time my siblings had they was on the verge of moving out. There was about 16, 17. They're moving out. Do you get what I mean? I'm about 8, 9. Yeah, I'm 8 years different. So I'm about 8, 9 at this point. They've left. I'm in the house. It's quiet. We had like a 3-story house. My mum bought a 3-story house, townhouse, and there was a few bedrooms. They'd left. My siblings had left, and it was, for most of the time, again, it was just me and my mum. My mum would stopped sending me to my nan's house. I then